Mollywood is always known for its realistic plots. Unlike other major film industries in India, Mollywood mostly base their stories in reality and keeps trying to make it look more real. The viewers always fell in love with stories and characters that were not necessarily flawless but were relatable and felt closer to their own daily life. Even its oldest surviving superstars, Mohanlal and Mammootty, were known for rooted and realistic cinema throughout their careers. The viewers loved their actors but never idolized them like in other states. It is interesting to note that while we have fictional films that are purely born out of a writer's imagination, Mollywood has also gifted us movies that are rooted in real life. Mollywood filmmakers often unearthed interesting real events, stories or characters and brought them back to life in the big screen. These films had greater impact due to the fact that someone had actually gone through the struggles we were witnessing in the screen. Most of the recent movies inspired by real events like these were all received well in the box office, whereas other films were critically acclaimed and bagged many awards. The Malayalam cinema generally targets a very small amount of audience. Kerala has only 3% of India's population and the native Malayalam speakers are only 38 million when compared to 300 million native Hindi speakers. So the funding option of the Malayalam cinema is very limited. But the problem is it is quite imaginary. So the Malayali movie has put more focus on story, script, and acting than commercialism. With the focus on real issues faced by humans in everyday life, the Malayalam movies have really surprised us with a diverse array of stories, subjects and situations to be depicted through them. And this industry with only about less than 150 films per year is fast emerging as the most exciting, progressive movie space in the country. Mollywood is also home to some of the most brilliant crime thrillers in world cinema, and a handful of them were indeed based on real characters or events. So without much ado, let us look at the 6 Malayalam crime thrillers that were based on real cold-blooded crimes or criminals, focusing more on the crime rather than the movie. This film was based on the sensational Sister Abhaya murder case which shook Kerala in 1992. A young Catholic nun, Abhaya, was found dead in a water well in St. Pius ex-convent in Kottayam on the 27th of March 1992. Investigation into this death is by far the longest-running murder investigation in the state of Kerala. The local police which investigated the case initially closed it with a theory of suicide. The crime branch which took up the investigation later tried to strengthen the suicide theory, with claims of psychological illness of the deceased. On a writ petition, the High Court of Kerala transferred the investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation. The first team of CBI failed to find the reason of death. Upon the instruction of the court, a second team was set up, which concluded that it was indeed a murder, but there were not enough evidence leading to the murderer. Court installed a third team of CBI, and they finally found 2 priests and a sister responsible for the murder and arrested them on the 19th of November 2008. On the 17th of July 2009, charges of murder and destruction of evidence were filed against the 3. Sister Abhaya had stumbled upon the 2 priests and 1 sister in a compromising position and had subsequently been attacked with an axe and dumped in the well. During the shooting of the movie, the film received severe opposition from Catholic organizations, and it apparently compelled the director K. Madhu to change the climax of the film. Based on the Rajan case, this film is set during the emergency and is about an engineering student who was picked up, tortured and killed by the Kerala police even though there was no evidence against him. It was one of the most notorious cases of the emergency and became a byword for police brutality in Kerala, and the legal battle triggered a political turmoil which even led to resignation of then Chief Minister K. Karunakaran. It also became the subject of many books. The case of P. Rajan, an engineering student who was picked up by the police for a crime in which it was easily verifiable he had no role and then tortured and killed, showed the depths of state brutality during a time when civil liberties were suspended and the media was censored. P. Rajan was a student at the Regional Engineering College, which is now a National Institute of Technology in Calicut. On the 1st of March, 1976, he was picked up by the police and then taken to a secret location where he was tortured while questioning about his involvement in a Naxal attack on a rural police station. Apparently, Rajan just did not survive the torture. It was only after a long and lonely legal struggle of TV Charavariyar, Rajan's father and a retired Hindi professor, that brought out the truth behind his son's disappearance. However, they never knew what happened to his remains. Rajan's body was never found. The film was made on the struggle that the real-life Rajan's father went through. K. Karunakaran, who was the Home Minister in the state government during the emergency, became the Chief Minister after the 1977 elections. However, he had to resign on the 25th of April 1977, exactly 1 month after coming to the post following adverse observations from the High Court of Kerala against him for giving false testimonies in the court as a respondent in the habeas corpus case filed by Rajan's father. A.K. Antony became the next CM. Bharya is based on the infamous Thiruvalla Ammalu murder case that unfolded in Kerala in the 1950s. The event that shook the land became the subject of a novel of the same name by E.J. Kanam, and was later filmed in 1962. K.M. Matthew alias Sunny was an English professor who ran a successful tutorial college in Thiruvalla. Ammalu was his wife. Sunny got into an affair with a student called Lizzie. Sunny's father, retired medical government servant Marcose, got hold of a letter between the two and informed the principal of St. Joseph's College where Lizzie studied. Ammalu also got some of these letters, including one that Sunny had not posted. She went to the college and met Lizzie. From then on, she would not even allow her husband to venture out alone. One time she even slapped Lizzie. Later, Ammalu was found shot dead one morning in 1957. After a historic trial, the High Court of Kerala sentenced Sunny to death by hanging. The Supreme Court upheld it. A mercy petition was sent to the president on behalf of his 9 and 7-year-old children, where it was mentioned that having lost their mother, they would be orphaned if the father is dead too. The president commuted the sentence of Sunny to lifetime imprisonment. This film is based on a novel which was written about what is said to be the first crime against women that was registered after the formation of the first EMS ministry in Kerala. In 1957, a young woman Manikyam from a lower caste was raped and murdered in the village of Palari. The book as well as the novel tells the story of a private investigator who returns to his birthplace to solve the murder mystery that occurred on the same night he was born, 52 years before. Starring Mammootty in the lead role, the film received numerous awards and critical acclaim for its complex narrative style, but every loose end is perfectly tied up in the end. The story of this film is based on the brutal murder of Kerrikanvilla couples of Thiruvalla, famously known as the Kerrikanvilla murder case. The incident was first of its kind in Kerala. An aged, childless couple, K.C. George and Rachel, was found dead by the domestic help. The police had very little to go by except that it was a crime for gain. The house was ransacked for valuables and all the gold was missing. The front door remaining open ruled out the theory of thieves breaking in. The only clue that the police had in the case was a set of footprints made by shoes that were not made in India. On interrogation by police, the maid recalled Rachel telling her the day before that she was expecting a visitor from Madras, whom they referred to as Madras Lemon, meaning son from Madras, a phrase which made headlines in newspapers and became very popular that it even made the title of the film. This, along with footprints, led the trail to Chennai, then known as Madras, and to Reni George, a close relative of the murdered couple. Further investigations led to his arrest, along with 3 of his accomplices, Ghulam Muhammad, Gunshekharan, and Kiblo Daniel, the first from Mauritius, second from Malaysia and the last named from Kenya, who were drug addicts and desperately needed money. While serving his life imprisonment sentence, Reni George allegedly indulged in drug trafficking inside the jail during the early days. Later, He became repentant and turned to Christianity, eventually becoming an evangelist. He fell in love with a nurse, teen, married her while he was on parole, and the couple has one daughter. After he was released from jail in 1995, he founded Rini's Children, a Bengaluru-based children's home for the children of convicts who are serving jail terms. He then turned out to become a well-known social worker who won Citizen of the Year 1998 award from Kiran Bedi IPS and CNN IBN's Real Heroes Award 2008 from Mukesh and Tina Ambani. The case also led to a debate on the legal and moral implications of capital punishment. The transformation of Rini George gave credence to the arguments of the anti-capital punishment lobby in India, and K.T. Thomas, renowned Justice of the Supreme Court of India, cited the case in his advocacy against capital punishment. This is perhaps the most popular film in this list. The movie covers the investigation of the death of a woman who appeared to have fell from the terrace and died. Under the later investigation by CBI, it was found to be a murder. This Mammootty star brought to screen the amazing CBI man Sethuramaiah, one of the most popular characters in Malayalam cinema. The modus operandi of the murder and the investigation techniques was inspired by the notorious Pallakkulam case which happened in Kerala. In Pallakkulam case, a hotel employee named Pithambaran, who was employed as a receptionist by Pallakkulam Narayanan, was found lying dead in a pool of blood in the courtyard of the tourist home on the 22nd of April, 1983. Although the initial investigation pointed at a suicide, considering the facts Pithambaran had stopped taking medicines for schizophrenia from which he was suffering a month before his death, Damodaran, Pithambaran's father, denied the theory and moved to the Supreme Court seeking a CBI investigation. The CBI in their turn found out that Pithambaran was brutally murdered and dropped from the terrace of the building to make it look like a suicide by his employer Narayanan, and was convicted for murder and destroying vital evidences. This was also the first case in Kerala state where humanoid dummies were used to solve a murder mystery, an idea which was later adopted in the movie, becoming one of the iconic scenes in Malayalam cinema. Sethuramaiah, the detective from Palakkad who solves the mystery of Umana's death, became so popular that 3 sequels were made in the next 17 years. His character was inspired by a real-life police officer named Radha Vinod Raju IPS, whose involvement was crucial in cracking the famous Pallakkulam case. If you liked this content, please like and comment your thoughts below. And subscribe for more similar content.